Let's do a vlog. Oh yeah, let's do a vlog. Oh yeah. We're going on a trip in our favorite rocket ship. Finish the song.
I refuse.
It could change the world.
Only go. What is this, like 2012?
What? Who cares?
I'm not quoting Little lines.
We're going on a holiday. We're going to Connecticut.
Yeah.
Are you reading a book?
I should bring a book.
You should bring a book. I'm bringing my Kindle, and I'm going to be reading... I forgot.
Well, of Horror?
No. I have another arc I have to read.
No, that's what I'm reading.
I have another arc I have to read, but I have to read the first one first. Oh, it's a novella. One Among Crows by Veronica Roth. That's what I'm reading. It's a novella. I don't see why I can't finish a novella on a 2-day holiday. So,
I mean...
yay, adventure! Okay. You're so pretty. Oh my goodness, look at you. Look at you.
They'll be like right for the petting.
Hey, so we've been on adventures. I went to some cows. They were so cute. I love cows, you guys. They're my favorite animal. Anyway, I'm halfway through One Among Crows by Veronica Roth. It's a lot darker than I thought it was going to be. I'm kind of loving it. I'm loving how dark it is. I was not expecting it to be so dark. I'm learning a lot about Polish and Slavic folklore. Like, I've heard of strigas and banshees and zamoras and all these creatures before, but I've heard them in bits and pieces in other fantasy shows like The Witcher. But I don't know enough about their background history other than the fact that many of them are monsters. So the story is really interesting because each of them feeds off of an emotion like fear or anger or sorrow. And so each of these different kinds of creatures has started a business so that in the contemporary world they can survive. Like the Zamoras made a horror themed movie theater so that they could feed off of people's fear, and it's kind of great. And then the Strigas made a boxing ring so they could feed off of anger, and it's like the way that they're trying to survive in society. Also, there's this thing that's being played on which isn't unheard of in, I think, like monster themed horror, which is like, is the monster really evil if they're just trying to survive and if what they're doing isn't necessarily hurting anybody? But anyway, it's really interesting. I think I might finish it today, probably on the drive home. 10 minutes. I got a massage and then I finished reading One Among Crows by Veronica Roth, and I really liked it. I liked it a lot more than I thought I was going to. It got really dark, you know, wasn't expecting that. but the length was perfect. The world building was beautiful. I really liked the way that it played with this whole idea that monsters are not necessarily the bad guys, and the way that they try to survive in Chicago camouflaged amongst the people, because even though they feed off people, they're not necessarily hurting people. They feed off of emotions. And our main character, Demeter, has like a dark secret that he's looking for Baba Yaga to help him with. So we get this ragtag team of characters between him being something of a not normal human, and then Azmora and Strigon, which I guess is like a male version of Striga. Don't even know if I'm saying those things correctly, so apologize if I'm butchering that. But males are not common. Like, most of these mythical creatures are usually feminine, and Baba Yaga is the most powerful witch in, the land. So they're looking for her to be able to help them solve something, and everyone has something that they need, but they gotta pay a price. So it's really interesting in that way. Like, it gets really dark. It gets a lot more gruesome than I thought it was going to be. So I wasn't expecting this to be as horrific, and it's actually kind of right up my alley. So I'm gonna go ahead and start the second one today because it comes out in September, and I'm actually kind of hyped. So let's see where this goes. Reading update. So I'm about 62% into To Clutch a Razor. The stakes are high. I gotta say, I'm a little bit impressed with the stakes. So here's kind of the difference so far between the second book and the first book. The first book was very much plot driven because we didn't really get to know the characters until the end of the book, and the big reveals at the end of the book is what made the characters so special, what made me a bit more attached to them and their story and have an emotional reaction for some of them. Now, with that information and the characters' relationships being established in the beginning of this book, this one is very much more character driven. Like, there is a serious plot and I am enjoying the plot. I'm very picky when it comes to heist novels. This is a heist novel, okay? Like, there's a lot of moving pieces, and it's kind of like I can see in a way where this is going. I don't know if Veronica Roth is going to be able to surprise me with the ending of this, because there is a little bit of formulaicness with the family dynamics here. Trying not to spoil anything. There also is a little bit more development between our romance. My only one complaint about the romance in this is that it really doesn't feel like the romance has developed as a romance. I think it is, to argue that the characters are trying to avoid being in a romantic relationship just because, like, it would cause them way too much trouble and the relationship is kind of doomed to fail. However, I feel like personally their queer relationship is a vehicle for the plot to move forward, and therefore I'm not necessarily attached to it in any way. It is better than it being a straight romance in that sense, because, like, the only other character it could have been with just doesn't work. So I get the choice. However, it's like, I'm not really here for that. I am here for each character's individual journey, if that makes sense. Like, I have no stakes in the romance part of it. I care more about each character finding peace, honestly. Because, like, oh man, my boy Demeter has been in the trenches. I love him so much. I really do. He's baby boy. I think that'll be like a big plot twist for me. If something happens where I don't like him, but I love him. I love him. I love me some, like, twisted, morally gray characters. Oh, it's kind of delicious. Yeah, I'm having a great time. I feel like I'm about to be at the climax. Things are starting to wrap together. Also, I love that there's, like, we get glimpses of creatures or the existence of creatures in other cultures, like Oni exist, La Llorona exists, like creatures, any creature that you can think of, I guess, from any folklore exists in this world, but this particular storyline is hyper-focused on the Slavic legends. It's really cool. It's really cool illustration, great interweaving of, like, the history of those folklores into the way that the characters are interacting with the world around them. It's pretty great. Gotta say, I'm impressed. I ended up giving the first book 4 stars. This one has the potential to be another 4-star, but we'll see. Okay, I gotta share the tchotchkes that I got when I was in Connecticut. I love tchotchkes, but I'm also very picky with the ones that I get. So, first off, you probably don't know this about me, but I love gnomes. Look at this little cutie patootie with the little arm. Oh my god, it makes me so happy. And then, listen, I know that fall is not here yet. It's still technically summer. I'm not pushing for fall to come early. I'm enjoying the summer. Hello, but my favorite season. And look at these little Highland cows. God, they're so cute. So I already started decorating, but that's neither here nor there. Anyway, so I finished reading To Clutch a Razor, and 4 stars. A really solid 4 stars. I'm impressed. I kind of need the 3rd book right now. Like, if I had the 3rd book, I would have picked it up this morning. But now I gotta wait. Hello? Thank you so much, Tor, for sending this to me, because I would not have picked this up had it not been sent to me. And I kind of love it. The character work was so much better in book 2 than in book 1. And clearly, like, that was by design, because book 1 is very much plot driven and book 2 is very much character driven. Now that we know more about the characters at the end of book 1 and, like, what it is that everybody's hiding, book 2 is like, let's go deep. And so there's a lot of family drama. There's a whole heist that happens. There's Baba Yaga is like, I love Baba Yaga so much, is a great anti-hero, I guess would be the closest thing that I could call her. Because, like, she's not a villain, but she's not a hero. She's got her own self-motivations, but I love the complexity of her character. Demeter is baby boy. I want to protect him at all costs. I love him. I love him. There was, like, one little thing around the climax that happened with Alla. I keep looking at the stove because I'm making tteokbokki while recording this. But, like, I guess it's okay. Like, I was able to suspend disbelief enough to just keep going. It's not the end of the world, but I probably would have written what happened. Because it's like, it took me out for a second that she did something that, like, put herself at unnecessary risk, in my opinion, but I get the emotional, like, bandwidth that moment took out of her, so it's fine. This is a wonderful dark fantasy novella series. Like, this, I could easily see this becoming 5 books. I don't know how many books Veronica Roth has planned. Clearly it's going to be a trilogy, because the ending of book 2 ends on this, like, little cliffhanger and sets us up for all this other drama. Totally recommend. If you like this kind of content, don't forget to like and subscribe. Consider becoming a channel member. Support my channel and get more content like this. I post videos whenever I feel like it. Thanks for watching. Bye!
Mr. Wonka, Mr. Wonka worked the factory.
In your wildest dreams, you'll put out the legend.